We spend our whole lives trying to find meaning in our work, in our relationships, in success. We chase it like it's waiting somewhere out there, behind the next goal, the next chapter, the next version of ourselves. But when the noise fades and we're left alone with our thoughts, a quiet question begins to rise. What if we've had it backwards all along? Do we create meaning, shaping it through our choices, our pain, our dreams? Or does meaning create us, guiding our steps in ways we can't see, like a river slowly shaping the rocks it touches? Maybe meaning isn't something to find. Maybe it's something we live without even realizing it. If you've ever asked yourself why you're here or what gives your life purpose, this episode is for you. Welcome to Mind in the Mirror, where we reflect on life one thought at a time. If you find meaning in this reflection, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's still searching for theirs. Part 1. The Human Hunger for Meaning. Every person, no matter who they are or where they come from, feels this quiet pull inside. A deep desire to matter, to belong, to know that our existence isn't just an accident. We look for meaning the way a sunflower turns toward the sun. It's in our nature. But most of the time, we search for it in the world around us. In our jobs, our relationships, our goals, the things we can see or measure. We say things like, "My work gives me purpose. My children give my life meaning. My art is my reason for living." And while those things are beautiful, they're also fragile. Because what happens when we lose them? When the job ends, the art fades, or the people we love are gone? If meaning depends on what we can hold, then meaning can slip away too. Maybe that's why we keep chasing more goals, more love, more recognition, as if meaning is something we can win. But what if meaning isn't something we find? What if it's something we quietly build, moment by moment, choice by choice? Every day we're alive. Part 2. The meaning we make. Imagine two people standing in the same rain. One feels frustrated. The plans are ruined. The day is wasted. The other feels calm. The sound of the rain brings peace, a quiet break from all the noise of life. Same storm, but two completely different meanings. That's the power we have as humans. We give color to the world around us. We create stories from small, simple moments. We turn ordinary things into memories that stay with us. When you write in your journal, when you take a photo, or when you softly say to yourself, "This matters to me," you're giving that moment meaning. You're saying, "This little piece of time deserves to be remembered." Meaning isn't hiding somewhere in the world, waiting to be found. It shows up through the way we look at things, the way we choose to feel, and the way we give attention to what's in front of us. And yet, sometimes it feels like the meaning was already there, like it was just waiting for us to slow down, to really see it, and to finally notice what was beautiful all along. Part 3. The meaning that finds us. Think of a sunset. You didn't create its colors and you didn't paint the sky. Yet when you stand there, watching the light fade and the clouds turn gold and pink, something inside you moves. It's quiet, soft, and hard to explain. A mix of peace and wonder that feels both new and familiar. That moment, that spark that rises for no reason, isn't something you made. It's something that found you. Life gives us many moments like that. A song that suddenly makes your eyes tear up. A stranger who smiles at you when you need it most. A small act of kindness that stays in your memory for years. A calm feeling that appears in the middle of a busy, messy day. You can't plan these things. They arrive without warning, like gentle reminders that something deeper is always moving beneath the surface. And in those moments, it feels like meaning has its own heartbeat, like it's been here all along. Long before you were born, and long after you're gone. Maybe we don't just create meaning. Maybe meaning also creates us. Maybe it guides our hearts, shapes our choices, and quietly pulls us toward what feels real and true. Perhaps the people we meet, the things we love, and the paths we take aren't random at all. Maybe they're threads in a much bigger design, one that meaning itself has been weaving since the beginning of time. Part 4. The mirror between us and meaning. What if meaning isn't something we have to chase or wait to receive, but something we create together with life? Maybe it's like a gentle dance between our awareness and the world around us. We move, and meaning moves with us. We breathe, and somehow, the world feels like it's breathing back. When you look at a painting, the art isn't only what's on the canvas, it's also what happens inside you. The feeling that rises quietly, the thoughts that come, the connection you can't fully explain. The beauty lives in the space between your eyes and the colors, between your heart and what you're seeing. Meaning works in the same way. It exists in the space between you and the world, between your heart and your experiences, between the choices you make and what life gives you in return. It's not a fixed answer or a rule that you have to follow. It's more like a soft, ongoing conversation, one that asks you to listen, to notice, and to stay open. And maybe that's what life is really about. Learning to hear that quiet voice of meaning that's always been whispering through everything around us. The wind, a song, a smile, a small act of kindness. They all speak in their own way. You just have to slow down long enough to listen. Because when you do, you realize meaning was never hiding. It's been dancing with you all along. Part 5. The stillness beneath the search. Most of us fill our days with noise, music, work, messages, and endless scrolling, because silence can feel strange or even uncomfortable. It's easier to stay busy than to sit still with our thoughts. But silence is often where meaning speaks the loudest. When you finally stop trying to fix, plan, or label everything, something begins to shift. In that quiet space, you start to notice the small things, the sound of your own breath, the rhythm of your heartbeat, the soft way light moves across the wall. You begin to feel the simple miracle of being alive, right here, right now. In that stillness, you realize something powerful. You don't have to earn meaning. You don't have to prove you deserve peace or happiness. You just have to be present enough to notice it. Meaning doesn't hide in your next achievement or in someone else's approval. It's not waiting at the end of your goals. It lives right here, in this very breath, in this quiet moment that asks for nothing but your attention. Sometimes the deepest truths are the ones that appear when everything else finally goes silent. Part 6. Why we keep searching anyway. If meaning is already around us, then why do we keep searching for it? Maybe because the search itself is what makes us human. It's how we stay curious, how we keep our hearts and minds awake. Without that search, life might feel too still, too predictable, maybe even empty. Uncertainty, as uncomfortable as it feels, might actually be the space where beauty grows. We're not meant to solve life like a puzzle with one perfect answer. We're meant to experience it like music, to feel how the notes rise and fall, and how the silence in between makes it all come alive. Even when we don't fully understand why we're here or where we're going, just asking the question gives life depth. It keeps us open. It reminds us that we're still learning, still changing, still alive. Maybe the real point of life isn't to find some fixed meaning that never moves. Maybe it's to keep discovering it, again and again, in every small thing we notice, in every person we meet, in every breath we take. Meaning isn't something to finish. It's something to live, moment by moment. Part 7. The meaning of being. One day, everything we've made, our names, our stories, even our memories, will slowly fade away. Time will move forward, and most of what we did will be forgotten. But that doesn't mean our lives don't matter. It actually makes them even more special. Because every moment we live is precious precisely because it doesn't last forever. Every word you speak, every kind thing you do, every time you choose love over anger, those moments shape the world around you. You might not change the whole world, but you change your part of it. You add color, warmth, and meaning to the lives you touch. Maybe that's something we forget. Meaning isn't something we find somewhere outside of us. It isn't something that controls us either. It's something that grows inside us. Every time we care, stay kind, or love even when it's hard. Meaning isn't fixed or perfect. It moves, changes, and flows, just like life itself. And through that flow, we're constantly being shaped and renewed. Every day, every choice, every moment becomes part of who we are. Small but real pieces of something endlessly meaningful. Closing. So, do we create meaning, or does meaning create us? Maybe it's not one or the other. Maybe it's both. A quiet circle with no clear beginning or end. We give meaning to life through how we live it, through the love we share, the pain we survive, the choices we make every day. And in return, life gives meaning to us, through the moments that shape us and the lessons that remind us we're alive. The two are never truly separate. They're mirrors, reflecting each other endlessly. Your choices shape your world, and your world shapes you back. So the next time you go looking for meaning, don't just search for it out there. Pause. Listen. Be still. Maybe the meaning you've been chasing has been quietly creating you all along. If this reflection spoke to you, take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's still searching for their own truth. This is Mind in the Mirror, where every question is a doorway to understanding yourself a little more.